Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. We have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and you have been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. So, two things. One, put that there. One, I can't do a whole lot about the lighting and whatnot. It is a mess, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with it. Hopefully YouTube is helping even some stuff out. I do not like being this late, and I apologize. But I'm having issues that are hopefully going to be sorted out here. Okay, so we're gonna do this. It's gonna be okay. And things are gonna get better. Okay, the other thing, the questions today, at least the early ones, are not fun. Like set your hair on fire, kind of not fun. But that's what kind of why we're here together, so you don't have to go through the news alone. And that's why I'm here every day. Thank you. But I'm going to hold your hand here, and you're going to hold mine, and we're going to get through this, okay? So, there is good news in the world, and we bring that up where we can. But being here in a community to go through this stuff, knowing that you not only are not the cause of this, but that you have actively worked against it, really matters. And someday, every last one of us is going to pass over. That's just life. That's just how it is. That's what's going to happen. Every one of us, together. Not at the same time. I hope not. But all of us. And what will matter, excuse me, what will matter is your vibration, your kindness. Did you stand up and speak out against evil, tyranny, what was wrong? And you have. And believe me, that will matter. And also, you sleep better at night. As worried as we all may be, you sleep better at night than those on the other side. You do. Your head rests more easily because you're a good person and you care about other people, and that's a much better way to live. So anyway, we'll get into it. All right. Oh, I'm glad you like everything. Need little happy faces. Thought we could use some little happy faces. All right. I have the Halloween deck. I don't have nails today because I had technical issues and I was busy. But we're going to make it. And things are going to get better. All right, at 4 minutes in. I know. I know. You don't have to tell me. President Blunderdum, the king of the bog of eternal stench, lied. I know. It's shocker. Who would have thought? Lied through his teeth. Surprise. Thank you. The White House said, okay, Trump said he wasn't going to, it was just going to add, him putting in a ballroom, it wasn't going to mess with the White House as it stands. No. And it was going to cost $250 million, but it was going to be from donations from people like, who did he mention? Was it Tim Cook? Was it people like that? Even if it wasn't him, it was people like that. But it was just going to be separate. It was going to be gaudy. It was going to be, excuse the term, god-awful. But it was going to just be. Okay. And then it was, well, we have to demolish this one little area, this one wall to connect. It's like, okay, seems odd that you'd do that because, there isn't a ton of space between the east wing and the end of the property on that side, especially if it's not something that big. Okay. And there's a committee that keeps an eye on what is constructed so that things kind of match, because these are historical buildings and we want continuity. It is the people's house, right? And the spray paint tackiness of what Trump's done to the Oval Office, thank heavens, is temporary. And you can take all that junk down, and it is, like him, junk. However, he lied. I know, shocker. The committee that's supposed to decide what's going to happen, they haven't seen any plans. And I'm wondering if the main guy on the committee was paid off, because he said, oh, no, we've said repeatedly, we are not in charge of what is demolished. Excuse me, only what's constructed. What a bunch of hooey. So somebody can go knock down the Washington Monument? Someone go knock down the Lincoln Memorial? And you're not going to say a peep? Really? Really? Okay. How much money did you get? How much did you get paid off? Are your kids suddenly going to fancy schools? Fancier schools? Yeah. The White House is completely demolishing the East Wing. Completely. Bye-bye, East Wing. Bye-bye. Gone. Just demolishing the whole thing, and the pictures just get worse and worse and worse. And now he's saying it won't cost $250 million. It'll cost $300 million. This is why builders, real estate people, have traditionally had such terrible reputations. Because of people like him. Because he's a liar. And you can tell these are lies that he's been telling for years. After 9/11, he said he had the tallest building in New York City. That's a lie. Flat out. So anyway, the project is far larger than first disclosed. The teardown is expected to be finished by the weekend, according to a senior official. Because, of course, his flunkies have to lie, too. When questioned about a lack of transparency over demolishing the White House East Wing, Trump dismissed the concern, insulted the reporter as being third-rate, and downplayed the building's significance, calling it a very small building. Oh, it's just a little small. Incredibly historical building that isn't yours. And that's really the thing that is setting my hair on fire. Of all the things to be upset about with Trump for now, I just want to put this out there. I know this doesn't help calm your nerves, and I'm sorry about that, but I just need to put this out there in the world. It's not his building. It's not. He doesn't own it. He's not staying. And that's that. He has no right to be doing this at all. Anyway, Trump said the demolition of the East Wing and construction of the new White House Ballroom are being funded entirely by himself and some friends. Now he's starting to be a little coy about who's paying for it, who's got the payoffs going. So, I'm just going to pull some. I'm going to pull what feels like an overloaded Celtic, and I'm just going to. Yeah. There was also some. Someone was also pointing out that they could see, they could see bunkers or tunnels or something under the East Wing. There are bunkers and tunnels underneath the whole White House, the whole thing. They're underneath Washington D.C. There are tunnels, there are bunkers, there's a lot under D.C. that you don't see. So the fact that he's temporarily exposed some of that is probably a security risk, but not a surprise. Yes, Raymond, make Argentina great again. Whoo, boy. Okay. All right. This construction. What's kind of interesting is that even people who normally will let him do whatever he wants, some of them, it's interesting to see them starting to have some visceral reactions to him demolishing parts of the White House. Is this the biggest thing we need to worry about? No, actually, it isn't, because we can rebuild. Things can be fixed later. These are just things, but it's still ours. And seeing him demolishing a historic building like that, because he feels like it, because he wants some gaudy, I don't even know how to describe it. Anyway. All right, just turn the cards over. Turn the cards over, see what we've got. And thank you for being here, and I appreciate it. I know I know the news isn't fun. Oh, some people, they just focus on good news, and I understand that, but I want to, I guess my Scorpio nature, I want to know what's really going on as much as possible. Yeah, this is over-aggressive. Yeah, you have no right. Okay. In the center, flunkies. Nobody's standing up to him. Nobody's standing up to him. Hanging over this is this is affecting the Republicans. There are some visceral reactions to this, where people probably couldn't even explain exactly why it's bothering them so much, but it's bothering them. And at the base of this, his action, his unilateral destruction and changing of the people's house, thank you, is just funneling more energy toward our future Democratic president. It just is. East Wing and home environment, that's Melania's card. East Wing, traditionally White House, the First Lady's domain, but there's also overflow from the West Wing. So the home environment, that's your East Wing. Hopes and fears. He's been trying to do a lot of this, and he's getting mad because people are talking about it. That information is leaked. Dude, there are cameras. This is in public. What the heck is wrong with you? What other people see? Destruction. We can see it with our own eyes. You can't spin the fact that you've knocked down the East Wing. And the challenge is who's standing up to him. Near future, he will continue to lie, and it is just pulling Democrats together and giving more and more energy to Democrats all over. It is. Look, I don't know who's doing the polling, but I think we've learned from Hillary Clinton election, Kamala Harris election, that the pollsters, they don't know what they're doing anymore. You can't trust them. And whatever they're saying now, I'm sorry, I don't believe them. I don't. You know I'm not a conspiracy theory person. I'm really not. The truth is usually more mundane. But have you seen the polls recently? No, he does not have that much support. He doesn't. No. I mean, yes, Rasmussen, we expect them to say, oh, it's 50-50 in the country. Yeah, that's a bunch of hooey. But even the other one saying, oh, he's at like 45% support. No, he's not. He's really not. Honestly, he's not. Final outcome. Oh, everything topsy-turvy. Topsy-turvy, topsy-turvy. I have to wonder if there's going to be... You can knock things down a lot faster than you can build things. And even with all the money he's saying it's going to take, I have to wonder if the building of the... disgrace of Versailles is going to be, it's going to drag on. And who on earth is going to trust him to pay them? So he's throwing everything out everywhere. And I have trouble believing that this is just going to be like, okay, they knock down the East Wing, then they quickly build the big, ugly, ridiculous fool's gold of a ballroom, full of fool's gold, and that everything's going to be fine. It's not in the cards. The cards are saying it's either going to be, there's going to be a major structural problem, there's going to be a funding problem, there's going to be delays, the cards are just saying this is not going to go smoothly. And I think he would get away with more of it if somehow he was a competent builder, but he's not. Blue Voter says it's not supposed to be done until 2029. So, yes, the Epstein Ballroom. So, so there's something hinky in the middle of this. There just is. Oh, thank you, Sean. Please subscribe, like, and share. It really helps the channel, and it's free. Thank you. Thank you. It's very kind of you. I agree, but thank you. All right. In related questions, at 1840, it's not all going to be gloom and doom. But I'll always be honest with you. At least I hope you do by now, after 5.5 years. All right, the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Oh, those, I'm guessing, wildly corrupt wastes of space who are supposed to have to approve all this. Warned that Trump's planned White House ballroom could overwhelm the historic structure. You think? You think? And urged federal agencies to halt construction until the proper oversight commission reviews the project. Good luck. I don't even know if they went to court, if they'd be able to get to stop Trump, who has learned by now that he can get away with doing just about whatever he wants. I hope this commission has some teeth. If they don't, you may as well go home. Honestly, just go home. Don't waste your breath. Don't waste your time. Will they be successful before he causes structural damage to the whole complex? Font says not a permit drawn, I'm sure. Nope. From what I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, as always, but not a single permit. Nothing. Zippo. All right, so is he going to mess up the whole building? Innocent Potato says Adolf Twitler is using the blitzkrieg tactic. Shock and overwhelm. Absolutely. Mayor says CBS said he's redoing the bunker underneath. Bunker Boy? Yeah, okay. Remember that? Okay, maybe I should switch over to my phone and we should just go for a walk. maybe we should just not even think about this anymore. Just, it's a lovely day here in Chicago. The leaves are lovely colors. It was lovely. And sure, if you want to put your temporary stamp on it, you want to make it as Mar-a-Lago-ish as you can, as gaudy and tacky and nasty, we can put up with a certain amount of that. But in the center of this, I have got the tower. That does not bode well for the future of the White House. There's the devil. And walking away, leaving something unfinished. This, yeah, okay. We can rebuild the White House. We can. That's a fact. Larry says he's building a Trump tower. He's gonna try. Sanders saying unlimited power, grumbling. Thanks, U.S. Supreme Court justices. Yeah, 6 of them. Yep, 6 of them who are going to go down in history. Okay. Oh, Carmen says Aaron Parnas just released a list of companies and individuals donating to the ballroom. Okay, we will have to get hold of that list and go through it, so we can boycott all of those people as much as possible. Nettie says the $250 million donated for those projects still needs to be appropriated by Congress, and Dumpy did not ask for permission from them to get that money. He overstepped them. And Speaker Mikey, the heretic, one of the most vile people to ever be speaker, and that's saying something. I don't say he's the most vile, but he's up there. Yeah, just letting this go forward. Anyway. Oh, Chris Cool, I love your light necklace. I'm looking forward to seeing your Halloween yard decorations. Oh, I don't have any yard decorations, honestly. I tend to keep it contained. But my costume, work on my costume is moving apace. So I always look forward to that. So, it feels like there will be court cases involved eventually because he's going to leave such a mess. That's what that feels like. 10 of Swords. Absolute mess. That is true, Lulu Fish. Kings don't need Congress. I know that they are trying to gerrymander, the Republicans are trying to gerrymander and mess with the 2026 midterm elections. And they will do their best to try and mess with the 2028 presidential elections and everything related. And as dire as it seems sometimes, I just get Democrats with power eventually. I just do. There will be committee hearings, there will be oversight, and I gotta tell you, I have a question right now. At 26 minutes in, will future oversight committee 26 will future oversight and I'm at a weird angle. Okay, oversight and committee hearings have enough teeth to make a difference and hold people accountable. Because at this point, if you don't start sending people to prison, honestly, if you do not send people to prison, he will not stop. And they will do whatever he tells them to do. Yes, Raymond, expect desperate publicity stunts soon. Yeah, that's what's already going to some extent. Thank you, Fawn. Thank you. I'm so sorry that I have to bring this bad news to you, and I wish I could make it funnier, or what have you, but he's a scumbag. So, all right, in future, will Democrats get power and some teeth? I like how the leaves up here look a little bit like a heart. Democrats getting some power. Oh, I did shuffle. And I've got a rise of Democratic power right in the middle. Okay. This would be the people on the far right feeling beaten up. The winds of change will come through. Rise of Democratic power right in the middle. There's chaos, and there is the Three of Swords, which would be legal pain. It is very important to not only vote for Democrats, but in the primaries, we've got to vote for people who, at this point, it's almost less important how far left they go on the scale, as long as they're Democrats and they believe in a basic level of democratic ideals, like human rights, as long as it doesn't even matter as much where they are in that spectrum. We need to vote for who is going to stand up, who is going to say no, is going to find ways for there to be teeth behind their actions and their opposition. That's what we need more than anything. And then whoever gets to the primaries, 100% vote blue, please. Yep. Hey, Roxy says, I just dropped my ballot off yesterday for November 4th vote in my state. Yay! Thank you for voting. Thank you for voting. Thank you. Lewis says, sane, sober, rational, capable people. With spine. We need people with spine. Amy says, I voted yesterday too. Excellent. Sierra Gal says, my yes vote was already counted. Excellent. Nice. All right. Good. Oops, this feels like three more cards. Fonsa, so you all know, if you get blocked by YouTube and can't hit the like or comment section, I had to create 4 accounts to keep this one. Oh dear. Whew. Gloria says, I already voted in my state. Excellent. Thank you for voting. V says, early voted Monday. Excellent. Good. Okay. All right. I'm getting, of all that, like, what do you go after first is more the issue. Bring the truth. This is Democrats working together with evidence and putting these people in their place. Something like what happened with Pam Bondi and who was the other one? Whoever it was. Was it Keg's Breath? What happened in the committee hearings when they came and basically didn't answer any questions and were trying to rip down the senators? Yeah, there has to be something that happens where that never happens again. I'm serious. Just no. So, Blue Poodle says, I voted in my state last week, all blue. Yes. Excellent. Phyllis says, I saw an article that Florida had more votes than registered voters in presidential elections. But some people don't register. They don't normally vote, and maybe they went out and did. Well, oh, Cash Patel, thank you. Thank you, Tishy. Yeah, that needs to never happen again. Breaking news from CNN. The entirety of the White House East Wing appears to have been torn down. Photo show. From Huffington Post, Dems fighting back. Virginia Democrats are pushing to redraw the state's congressional maps, a surprise move to counteract Trump's gerrymandering power grab. Look, if gerrymandering, if a gerrymandering arms race is the closest we get to civil WAR in these astrological times, you know, I could live with it. I could live with it for a while. So, Black and Orange Tarot and Astrology, watch live now. And Governor Pritzker is signing an executive order on accountability amid federal deployments in Illinois. Okay. Those are the latest headlines. Oh, and yeah. So I would have a picture of Alfie, but that one just sits there. Well. Okay. Crisco's asking, where will Melania sleep now? Wherever she has been sleeping, as far away from him as possible. But she's hanging in there for that money, because that's what matters to her. There are exactly 2 things she cares about in this world. Her son and money. Doesn't mean she's going to try to turn her son into a decent human being. No, of course not. But, yeah. Okay. All right, so onward. Oh, this is interesting. Talk about pushing back. 34-45. Told you it wasn't going to be all bad. Illinois Secretary of State. I'm not going to do well at pronouncing this, I'm sorry. Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias, I believe is pronounced, launched Plate Watch. What is Plate Watch? a hotline for reporting immigration or border patrol vehicles using obscured, swapped, or missing license plates. Warning that tampering is illegal and punishable under state law. The move follows complaints of masked and unmarked federal agents amid controversial ICE operations and court rulings restricting their tactics in Chicago. Yeah, get stuffed and get out. These plate tactics are being used by ICE in other states nationwide. Will it be stopped? Sorry, card went flying. Oh yeah, it's obnoxious action. Hello. Miss Gibson says I'm here, but my YouTube is acting up. I don't know what's going on, so I'll try to watch you. Oh gosh. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, technical, I know we're at the solar maximum and we have been for a while now, but whew, electronics are taking a beating. Electronic systems are taking a beating. Uranus has gone into Gemini. Gemini is about communication. Uranus is about bolts out of the blue. And right now, I believe Uranus is still in retrograde. So in some respects, Uranus, in some respects, you could almost think of Uranus as kind of like a higher octave of Mercury. Sort of. But anyway. So, our Illinois Secretary of State launching Plate Watch to hold these jerks accountable because we don't have secret police in this country where you can hide, just hide your face, no markings, using license plates that aren't yours or obscured or just not using them. Yes, Jan, I covered that yesterday. Yeah, they're going in there, Knight of Pentacles, just going in there thinking they can do whatever they want. I would be happier if I saw a Justice card here, but because right now they think they can go anywhere and do whatever they want. Their victory. And they are lying about the state of things. We know that. But this is on the defensive, right? The far right on the defensive here, and some higher wisdom. I like that. Hang on. Wait. Chris Cole says, Uranus is the poster child of sideways. Yes. Whew. Yep. So will Illinois be able to stand up to all of this overreach? I know there are other blue states. Minnesota's quite blue in the Midwest. But I have to wonder if Chicago is going to be this kind of blue pool of safety in the middle of the country. That might end up being our role in this. But people shouldn't have to move states to have rights. Knight of Cups. Yep, we want law enforcement and elected officials in Illinois, in Chicago, to stand up, to take action. And so far, yeah, it's starting with a Justice card. So they come in thinking they've got this. They're just going to come in victorious, waiting for their ship to come in. But it ends with Democrats holding together. So they can't keep ICE out entirely, We can't keep ICE out entirely, but at least they're continuing to speak out, fight the good fight, use what tools they have. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. I'm gonna have some tea. Sorry. Whew, okay. Are you serious? Is this, did you make that up or is this real? Hang on. Hello, Sandra. Sandra's saying, Chris Cool, she sleeps in the Lincoln bedroom. He replaced the tile with marble. Is that true? Ugh. Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay. What's next? Let's see. I don't want to just go. I don't want to. That next one seems heavy as well. Let me see what else I've got. Okay. Nettie is saying, okay, we got some information from Meides Touch. At 41:30, Nettie was saying, 21:35. Okay, Nettie was saying, Ben from Meides Touch is reporting that GOP oversight in the House subpoenaed all of the Epstein files from the DOJ. And this sounded like this was a recent thing? Will they hand it over? I can't imagine. I thought the whole thing was you had to have 218. They were getting 218 people to sign. So, Sean says still no subscribe button on black and orange. What? Hang on. Wait. Okay, sorry, this is selfish of me. But what? Okay, okay. Okay, on here, it's not even showing that I'm live. On here, it's not. Ah, there it is. Found it. Well, I'm already subscribed to my own channel. Are other people? Are you able to see? Is there a? Gloria says yes. It is not there. Really? Iron Cauldron says, it says join if you've already subscribed. Okay. And the bear says you are live. Okay. Okay, Tishy says I'm subscribed. The subscribe button is now a join button. Okay. Whew. All right. So if you are subscribed, there should be a join button, which is becoming a member. All right. Sorry. Huh. Okay, moving on. All right, so 44 minutes in. Has anybody heard about this? That some kind of GOP, some oversight in the House subpoenaed all the Epstein files. Is this new? Nettie, are you here? Gloria says on the computer I do not have the join button. Oh gosh. And Maria's saying my handle's been whacked on this channel off and on today. Oh gosh. Okay. Yes, Michael Wolff has filed suit against Melania, definitely. But has anybody heard anything about this subpoenaing the Epstein files from the DOJ? Hello, sunflowers. Temperance. It feels like we have to wait. And then you have the partnership, and then they won't give out the whole thing. Once there are 218 signatures, the DOJ's they're not just gonna hand it all over. They're not. They're just not. There's something unfinished. There's something missing. Surprise! Jen says, I heard something about it yesterday. Well, true, Nettie. Yeah, they did file in court due to Mikey not wanting to seat Arizona's winner. Yeah. So oversight, they filed at court. Who is they? Oh, we're not talking about Michael Wolff and Melania. I understand that, because that's not what we're talking about. Because this was specifically about Ben from Meides Touch reporting that GOP oversight in the House subpoenaed all of the Epstein files from the DOJ. And what I'm getting is, yeah, you can, and it would hurt dumpster fire, but you're flailing. I've got flailing. You'll get some. You won't get everything. I think even if we get the whole 218, it's just separate. Getting 218 signatures in the House. That's something different. Silky Steel said they did that months ago. Apparently it's something new. That's what I was trying to understand. V says it's not even guaranteed once they have the 218th signature. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. What I've got is, there's higher wisdom. Okay, Pam Bondi has already done some things to the Epstein files. My opinion, entertainment only, that's my opinion. But I have Democratic leaders taking this to court. No. We sign this, you will hand everything over. So it will not be a one-step process once they have all of those signatures. It will be a two or multi-step process. But this information is coming out. It is. It's just a matter of time. Okay. Traveling Tarot says, I can feel your exhaustion. It just washed over like a weighted blanket. You need to rest and take care of yourself. Oh, I'm fine. Really, I am. It's a lot. The news is really heavy today, and I don't know how to carry it for you. So I'm not a House Sparks. I'm not that funny. I have some humor, and I do the graphics, and I do the colors, and I try to point out good stuff as well. But I wish I had a better way to lift some of the weight off of you. So, anyway. Okay. Lucky girl, you international treasure. Lucky girls here. Members to your channel will see a See Perks button or a Join button since they're your members. Plus, I think YouTube is doing upgrades lately and things are wonky. Aren't they just? Yes. Sandra says, you don't have to carry it for us. Just being here is enough. Thank you. Fun is saying the cha-cha. Oh, yeah, the music. 10 of Swords says, I quit Hal. Way too much Glenn Beck and other trash. I still watch him off and on. Actually, recently he hasn't been doing much of that. It's been dumpster fires, public stuff, and it's like, oh god. Yeah, after an hour and a half, I'm like, I can't anymore. I just can't. But when he goes out as the characters, Ficus, the salty cupcake, there was one way back when, I wish I had the link. There was one Hal Sparks episode way back when Trump was doing a rally. And it was all, he got to the really bad emotional music that Trump used to play at the end about the country. The country is dying before us. And Hal had this, turned on this effect where it put eyes and tears on you, the person on the screen, and the tears were like flowing outward like a hose. And so as it was going through all the, how terrible the country is, Hal was standing there with the tears going, yeah, I know. Oh, it's just, I don't know if we can take it anymore. It's just so terrible. It was so funny. I was dying. I was dying. So anyway, he's very funny sometimes. So, all right, moving on. And Norma had an interesting question. Hang on. Okay, Norma, I'm going to skip your question. I might have to roll it over for tomorrow, but I will answer it. But the one I was looking for was from Kelly at 5145, because this is a take we have not heard before. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Did anybody else see that Hal skit with the tears? Just wondering. All right. Kelly is saying, I keep reflecting on show us your taxes from term 1. Is it possible that the Epstein files prove tax issues with 45? RICO. Nefarious financial schemes that could have serious consequences for Trumpster. Lucky girl. And from the kidney too, yes. The heart has a special place in the kidney. Our president actually said that. Whew. All right, well, it's a lot of pages, it's a lot of information. Does it point to financial crimes? Brenda says, that's a good question. Yeah, that is a good question, Kelly. I mean, you guys gave a lot of good questions, but it's a good one. Oh, man. Oh, yuck. Oh, 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 oh. Blech. Blech. Where's my, hang on. There. Sage. I'm just going to tuck it in my, I don't have any pockets, so I'm just going to tuck it in my collar. Okay. Oh, oh, ew. I've got the victims right in the middle. That's why I'm just like, oh, God. Those poor women do not deserve this. Do not deserve this. We want this information to come out, and we want it to be perfectly clear how the king of the bog of eternal stench is directly related, how he's involved, and what happened. We're just going about our lives and adding insult to injury. The victims were just going about their lives, and this is putting it mildly, this is what happened to them. Causing all this grief and pain. Criminality. Big old judgment, major arcana judgment. So I'm not getting money, but boy, am I getting judgment. Oh, thank you, Melissa, thank you. So I have trouble believing, I don't want to get my hopes up, and I don't want to get your hopes up, that this is going to finally, the stuff will finally get turned over, it'll finally come out, and everything will just go forward tickety-boo. Even if the most vile, heinous, terrible things came out about Trump, all kinds of vile, terrible things about Trump have already come out. So him being held accountable is going to be a multi-step process. So just be aware. But, as more and more comes out, he will definitely lose supporters. So, okay. But I'm not getting anything on on money like that. Burn O'Malley says, come on, universe, give us a break. There you go. Yeah, it was a system working. Money was exchanged. A lot of money was exchanged. This will come out. Democrats will expose this. But sheesh, after this, I'm going to need some Advil. Lewis says he'll never serve any prison time or be held responsible. Prison time? No. I doubt it. But held responsible? Oh, reality can dawn. I know it seems impossible, but there can come a day where he can no longer pretend to be anything other than what he is to 95% of the country. So, oh my gosh, thank you. Miss Gibson, thank you. It really helps, thank you. Okie dokie. Traveling Terror says, try wearing some purple amethyst or crystal quartz. It will absorb some of the negativity. Thank you. And Teresa says, this gives me hope for democracy. I've never picked up that we're going to lose our democracy. I haven't. So, oh, Lisa, I'm hearing helicopters in my neighborhood now. I'm sorry. Finzenberger says, you cannot carry my load. Thanks for just being here. I know. But that doesn't mean my Cancer moon doesn't want to try. So, all right. Where are we? Oh gosh, we're almost out of time. Let's. Lisa asked this, and it got rolled over. So this is a good time to do this. Thank you for your patience, Lisa. Thank you. I know it can take a day or two. Will we ever see a good female president? Now, that's Lisa's question. Ever is a really long time. Will we see a good female president in a reasonable amount of time? How about that? Innocent Potato says, Prince Andrew and Adolf Twitler sure have similar personalities, in my humble opinion. Never thought of that. I'll have to go look at Andrew's chart at some point. Although I would prefer if none of us ever had to think about him ever again. But, yeah. So, will we have a good female president? Yes, but it's not here, it's over there. Innocent Potato says, I also have a Cancer moon. Then you understand. Brenda says, Andrew and 45 both have Leo rising. Ooh, that would explain it. And by the way, people, there can be really good Leo rising and really bad Leo rising. Lucky girl, thank you. Instead of try acetaminophen, but it's pronounced release the Epstein files. Just, wait. Show. Lucky girl. Yes. That was good. Acetaminophen. You are a treasure. Thank you, lucky girl. I'm an ibuprofen gal, always have been. Anyway. Yeah, okay. The chaos. Yeah, we've tried. I don't know what's going on here. We've tried King of Swords, Hermit, Queen of Swords. So we get there. But it's not the next president. It's not even the next Democratic president. Just it's gonna be a while. Somebody who's already been in legislature. So this won't be somebody who's never held office. This is. But it's down the road after some reflection, some self-reflection by people in this country who just are not willing to admit their misogynistic streak. So, bless you, sweetheart. Oh, the snoozy kitty. I'd show it to you, but he's under the blanket. You can't see anything, but he just sneezed. Brenda says, are you feeling under the weather? You need to rest. Oh, I'm okay. Weather's changing, and I probably need a vacuum, so dust allergies. So, I'll be okay. All right. I think that's it. We've run out of time, I'm afraid, but it is 1:22 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You know, you could come by. You could come by and work on whatever it is you want to work on, and we're productive over there. We're just supporting you, and people talk in the chat, and you've always got community over there. Links in the description. So there's that. And other than that, tomorrow, I'll be right back here because I'm here every single day. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on, please. I'll roll over questions I didn't get to today. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you're here and that you've allowed this channel to survive this long. Thank you. All right? So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please remember you're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right? So hang in there, and I'll see you later. All right.